Hey y'all, it's Lacey, the Catholic Icing Lady, and today I'm going to show you how to throw a liturgical tea party for your kids for St. Patrick's Day. Bunny, you want some kiwis?
Yeah, they're green on the inside.
They look brown to me.
On the inside.
Okay, get 3.
Okay.
But that's yellow on the inside. It's a star fruit.
I want to try starfruit.
Star fruit's maybe for the Epiphany, and not for St. Patrick's Day. Okay, put them in the cart. Who follows me on my blog, CatholicIcing.com, knows that me and my kids love to have liturgical tea parties. I used to throw them a lot back when I homeschooled my kids, and now that they go to charter school, we have less of them, but we still love to have tea parties. So before I go into exactly how I have liturgical teas and why I have them and what makes them so easy for moms to throw, I wanted to let you know that today's video is a collab with my friend Heather from A Catholic Mom's Life. And I'm really excited about this because also today she is sharing a St. Patrick's Day liturgical tea party video that she had with her kids. So it's gonna be really cool. So you guys can watch here and see what I do with my tea party, and then you can go over to A Catholic Mom's Life, which I will link in the description below, and then you guys can see what Heather and her kids did to celebrate also. Heather's so fantastic because she was the first Catholic mom YouTuber that I met on YouTube, and even though I've been blogging for years, the whole video thing has been a completely new experience for me. And Heather has kind of taken me under her wing and shown me the YouTube Catholic ropes, and I really enjoy her channel and everything she teaches me about making Catholic videos for moms in the community. What's also great about Heather, if you're like earlier in the liturgical year journey than I am, is her kids are really young. So my kids are a little older now. They span from 7 to 14. So Heather's kids, I'm not sure exactly how old they all are, but she's got preschoolers and like young elementary kids. So you guys might really enjoy her channel, especially for those of you with younger kids. So if you're here visiting from Heather's site, welcome. Thank you so much. We're excited to have you. Be sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss my videos in the future. Now I want to tell you a little bit about why I love liturgical tea parties so much. So for me, there are 3 main reasons why I love having liturgical tea parties over pretty much any other kind of liturgical celebration. Number 1, I love liturgical tea parties because you don't need any extra people. All the time I hear from my readers that they're trying to raise their kids in the Catholic faith, they want to live the liturgical year at home, and they don't have the big Catholic community, they don't have a lot of Catholic friends, so they go online and they see these amazing All Saints Day parties with dozens of families, and they say, Lacey, I just don't have that where I am. Well, even if you want to have people over, or even if you don't have anyone to have over, you can still have a liturgical tea party. All you need is just your own family. Even if you just have one kid, you can still have a liturgical tea party. Number 2, I love liturgical tea parties because they're so easy for mom. So I'm gonna go ahead and interject here. They're not just tea parties. They are a meal. I always use a liturgical tea party to replace either lunch or dinner. When we homeschooled, they always replaced lunch, but now that my kids go to charter school, we usually replace dinner instead of lunch. The reason why this makes tea parties even more genius is, most tea party food is cold, little sandwiches, little vegetables cut up or whatever. So you can actually replace dinner with a liturgical tea party and then not cook. So even though it takes you a little extra time maybe to prepare or plan, it is replacing a meal. So it's kind of a win-win for moms. The number 3 reason why I love tea parties so much is you basically add tea to a meal that's not even cooked, and then the word party just automatically comes with it. It's like no one doubts that it's a party. You just say tea party and then you serve tea and all the kids accept that it is indeed a party. You don't need balloons, you don't need extra guests, you don't even have to cook, and it's still a party. For every liturgical tea party I throw, there's 5 things on my list of stuff that I try to gather. So the number one thing for me is a tablecloth. I feel like it transforms the table. It tells your kids something special, something different's going on here today. And I do like to have a tablecloth that might match the color or the theme. You can get plastic tablecloths at the Dollar Tree in pretty much any color you want. I often use sheets. Today I'm going to be using actually a fitted sheet that I had in my linen closet because it's green, so I think it's gonna be perfect for St. Patrick's Day. And I found that fitted twin sheets fit on my table perfectly. So whenever I use sheets, which I do often, I find that they're usually wrinkly, and you can see I'm pretty bad at folding fitted sheets. So what I do is I put a little bit of water on it and then I run it through the dryer while I prepare the food. That way when I'm ready to set the table, most of the wrinkles are gone. Thank you, dryer. We also like to have a centerpiece of some kind. So this could be either flowers or some candles. If you have a little statue of some kind that goes with the feast day that you're trying to celebrate, that is also perfect. We grabbed this while we were at the grocery store, which is like a little potted shamrock plant, which the kids were super excited about. And we're gonna pair that with my printable St. Patrick craft. So these are really cool. As you can see, it's kind of in a tube. They print flat, and then you just cut them out and then roll it into a tube, and you can hold it together with either staples or tape. And I have these in several different saints, and we love to use these as centerpieces because they stand up and they're just real easy and they print in color, so that just helps make our table festive. The third thing that I really love to have for any tea party is a book. So I have a St. Patrick's Day picture book for the kids that I'm going to be reading them today, and I will link it in the description below. But I always read to them at whatever tea party after they're finished passing around the food and everyone has their plates made and they're eating and I have a captive audience. I read to them about the day. The fourth thing that we consider for each tea party is dressing up. So sometimes they just like to dress up a little bit fancier, but sometimes they match the theme. And today, since it's a St. Patrick's Day tea party, obviously they're going to wear green or the closest thing they have to green. The fifth element of planning any tea party is to plan the menu. So it can be really simple or as complicated as you want it to be. The first piece of food to plan is your sandwich, or what I call a sandwich alternative. So very often we actually have sandwiches. We might just cut them out into triangles or use a cookie cutter to cut them out, but sometimes it could be some kind of like a wrap instead of a sandwich, or roll-ups, or even a quesadilla. But basically it's going to be your main course. The second thing I look at for planning any tea party menu is have something crunchy / salty. So this is usually some kind of pretzel or chip or popcorn, something of that nature. At every tea party, I also try to have either a fruit or a vegetable or some combination of the two. And then the last thing that I plan for each tea party is a dessert. So the dessert is the one place where I will definitely try to make it cute, themed in some kind of way, even if it's something I'm not going to make myself, like to go to the store and look at the bakery section and see if there's some kind of festive cookie or cupcake that I can get in a small pack. Because again, it's not a big party, it's not for a lot of people. In this case, we're going to have some St. Patrick themed Little Debbie cakes, and that'll be really, really easy for me because I don't have to cook them. And then the most important thing not to forget for your tea party is the actual tea. Now, we do drink hot tea at our tea parties. My kids love it. I totally suggest you do it. If you don't want to, you can put any beverage in your teapot and it's still a tea party. So if it's St. Patrick's Day and you want to put green Gatorade in your teapot, totally go for it. So now that my kids are older, I always have them help with these kind of tea parties and things. Even when they were younger, I still did. If you have kids that are even 4 or 5 years old, they can help you set the table. And I always tell people it's more important to let the little people help than it is to have the things look perfect. I've been throwing liturgical tea parties for years. You can see here one that we had years and years ago for St. Patrick's Day. If you guys are interested in seeing the other liturgical tea parties that me and my kids have had together, I'm gonna have a link in the description below, and it has all of our past tea parties, like the pictures and the blog posts for each one. So I would definitely encourage you to check that out. Okay, so I think it's time. I'm gonna go and start getting the food ready and let you guys see what I'm making for the kids today. Okay, now that the food's all made, we're gonna take this tablecloth and Violet's gonna help me put it on here and help me set up the table today.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts, which we are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord, amen.
Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen.
Several? There's a little bit more. You know how to put. Go ahead. Open. You do? Sammy?
Is the sugar spoon here? No, we need the tiny sugar spoon. Oh, yeah.